What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I want to welcome you back for another one of my album reviews. We're taking a look at FTailend and their, album that they just released called "Where Is the Truth?" And this album, obviously, is the album that directly follows the album that Prey was on. Prey was a really awesome, metal song. It was, hard and heavy, and it was really, really good. This album is very, very much different than that. Well, not a lot, but it's pretty significantly different, and that is cool. Like I said, Prey was a much heavier kind of sounding, or that album was much heavier sounding, more of a power metal kind of feel to it, just a little bit of a power metal kind of feel, which was cool. I really, obviously, really enjoyed that album in its entirety. This one is definitely less power metal, and if we're gonna go with any sorts of genres of rock music that are influencing this, or that this is, I would definitely say that, considering that there's a lot of electronic kind of stuff in here for most of the songs in this album, that I would definitely say that there is a pretty slight, at the very least, a slight kind of influence from industrial rock or industrial metal, which is all about I think it's most of it is really there's a lot of electronic keyboard and synthesizer kind of stuff like that, and just listen to some of it. Just look up YouTube industrial rock and listen to some of those, and you'll kind of probably get some of the ideas on that theme and the idea of the sound of that music that you hear in some of these songs that are on this album. It definitely, at least to me, it definitely is a connection that I made. So the first three songs are, basically they follow the same theme as the promotion song, because promotion song is number 2 on the album, and that's cool. The song is this album is 9 tracks long, so you got segments of this album that are 3 songs long. So the first 3 are that rock kind of feel that you got with the music video, and then after that you go into a more vocal focused string of songs with the 3 songs, which is really awesome. The first song number 4 on this album, which is called, I think it's called Kamyon, is a really awesome. It's mostly acoustic, or not really, I guess not really acoustic, but you kind of, when you're listening to the album, right, and you got the distorted metal sort of guitar sounds and stuff like that, and then you get something that is probably more just that pure bare kind of guitar sound, with not being run through any sort of effects pedals to distort the sound and make it sound different. You just got that pure guitar sound to it, which comparing it to the rest makes it kind of sound acoustic, but I don't think it is really. But whatever it is, right, it sounds really awesome. It sounds really different. It's a dramatic change of pace. It's really cool. And then, of course, you got the vocals, and because Honky can just sing, he's got a really great voice. He's got a really great voice. So that is really awesome. The next song, you take the vocals to the next level after that, and then Stand By Me, the final song of that, 3 trio that I was talking about there, takes the vocals, they step it up once more, and that's a very fantastic song if you want to hear some of the power vocals. And his power vocals are great. He can go up there, he can go up and up and up, he can go high. It's really great. His vocals and his singing is just on point. I absolutely love it. The final 3 songs, to a certain extent, except for the last song, is a kind of return to that style that you heard in the first 3 songs, which is really cool. The probably my favorite song on this entire album is Paparazzi, which comes in at song 5, I think it is, or I'm sorry, 8, 7, something like that. I think it's 8, because I think it's second to last, or no, it's 7, 8, I don't know. See, now I don't know. But the name Paparazzi, it's in the last 3 songs of this album we're talking about. And this one, it sounds more like it is there are definitely are points in this album where it feels like it's an EDM kind of song. Where you've got just the way that it sounds, and the way that it's structured, and the way that it comes out, it sounds very like it's an EDM mix, which I think is cool. It's a very different kind of feel to it. And again, kind of it gives me that feeling more that it's, got some industrial influence in there as well, because that music is very EDM like as well. So, it's not really like industrial music. The industrial rock doesn't sound so much like rock with like the guitars and the drums, but it definitely sounds more like electronic music, with more, keyboards and synthesizers and whatever other sort of stuff, which I think that is like a really, really big influence in sound in Paparazzi. And it's a really great song. It's definitely a very, very unique sort of rock song. And of course, it's on this album, so that's why I'm saying that this is my favorite song. And then you finish, as usual with like any K-pop album, it seems you finish off with a ballad. And this one is, again, a really, really powerful ballad. Just like Stand By Me, although the vocals for this one are even higher, I guess you can say. They go up there. You don't really have that instrumentation or like the same like high kind of levels or power levels of instrumentation. It's like really kind of like small and thin and mellow, the instrumentation to kind of like complement or, set the bass for where the vocals are at a little higher. So it seems like he's going a little bit higher, although he may or may not be. I don't know. I don't have the ear for the tones and the notes and the stuff like that. So I can't tell you anything like that. But I mean, overall, man, like this album is really, really great. Obviously, like I've praised it at every opportunity, and I've listed off a bunch of really awesome things about it. So of course, I would have to say it's really, really great. I loved it. It brings, it's a different sound and style and feel from their previous album, which is definitely really, really cool. I really, really enjoy, the fact that they can change it up like that, and they're doing, a really good thing. So my overall, I guess, rating for this album, my rating that I would give it, which of course is based off of whether or not I would spend money on it or any of the music on here, and definitely without a doubt, I will be buying this album. It's because one, it's a really, really great album. I like it, and I would like to physically own it and put it on my shelf back there. And number two, because FTailland is the only group in mainstream K-pop or Korean music that is releasing this kind of, rock and roll kind of music, or, metal or whatever. The only other group that's really kind of popular at this point that releases, rock music is CNBLUE, and they're definitely like pop music. Is not like this is not pop music. This is not, supposed to be music that's playing at the shopping center as you buy your coffee, right? CNBLUE it gets played at the shopping center. FTailland and their last two albums do not. So I'm definitely, if you want to hear more of this music, if you want to hear FTailland do more of this in the future, definitely, tell the company, like, look, this is what we want, spend money on it to buy it. And tell them, because that's how they know what people like and what people want to hear. And if they're making a decent amount of money off of it, and they see that they can make more, maybe, then they will definitely be encouraged to make more music like this. So there you go. That's what I got. We're buying it. We're gonna buy it because it's good, and we're trying to encourage more of this kind of music in the future. So that's it for my album review. Obviously, I already got my score and my reasoning for it. So I'm gonna know, what did you think of this album? What's your favorite song? What's your least favorite song? Whatever else you want to say down in the comments or through social media on Twitter or Facebook. And if you want to see more album reviews coming up in the near future, hit that subscribe button so you stay updated and you do not miss them. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. In the verse is awesome. I love it. It's really great. I mean, and they threw it in basically as soon as the song actually started, and from that point on, I was basically hooked. Like, that was the thing that sold me. It caught my attention, and then of course I was into it. I was loving it. And then of course through going